Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Talk Football Live. We're going into game week 24. We've invited Donadoni back again, second week running, because the game we're focusing on this week is Arsenal versus Man City. And if you've been watching us for a while, you guys might recognize Yoni. Yoni's back with us. Welcome back, Yoni. Yoni's an Arsenal fan, and as you guys might know, I'm an Arsenal fan as well. So it's a little bit like two against one today with Donadoni. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's good to be back here.
Yeah, same here. Doing all right. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump right into it, right? Arsenal versus Man City is not, so much the title clash or title decider or top of the table clash it's been the last couple of seasons. City have been struggling this season so far, as we mentioned, right? But they're still in there, back in fourth, trying to at the very least secure a top four place, if not push for the title. City have gone out, they've brought in three new signings this January transfer window to try and strengthen. Arsenal have no signings as of yet. We're still monitoring the news, so far on that. We know we had a bid in for Watkins yesterday that was rejected out of hand, £60 million bid.
Yeah.
So, Yoni, tell us what are you expecting going into this game? Just give me your thoughts, feelings, overview.
Yeah. So off the top, I will say I think it would have been easier for Arsenal if we played them sometime maybe a few weeks ago. I think they were in worse form. Right now, they look like they're picking up form, but not necessarily consistent because it depends from game to game. Some games they look like they're almost back, and then the PSG happens. And so they're a bit still up and down and try to work themselves into the form, which is fine. From an Arsenal perspective, we have some key players missing, mainly Saka. So we are also not exactly at full strength. Having said all of that, I think we are definitely in a better place than City is, especially when you look at some key areas like midfield. Their midfield, I think, is where they're really struggling, and I don't think it has only to do with Rodri missing. I think overall
Agreed.
that's just an aged midfield. They're a little slow, they're a little older, and now you are trying to match up against an Arsenal midfield which is very strong physically, a lot of speed, and so I expect us to come out strong in this game. I expect us to come out aggressive, unlike many a year where we've been a little bit more cautious in playing little brother, so to speak, to City. I expect us to come out strong and aggressive this time around because we should be the favorites in this game, considering the form leading up to this games. So I'm expecting good things, and I'm expecting us to dominate at least the midfield area.
Okay. So Donadoni, let me get your thoughts. Do you agree on that? Are Arsenal the favorites going into this game?
Mm, yes, yes. I will say yes. And my reasons for saying yes is we have an overthinking problem. We have a Guardiola problem. And 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 for some reason, if you watch the game on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, if you look at that game in the first half and you look at that game in the second half, you're going to ask yourself, why was Savino on the bench? Why? And
Yeah.
Yep.
you will not be able to answer that question except for blind loyalty to Silva, Foden, Gudogon, and KDB. You have a player who is mobile, who has more speed, can run beyond and take a player one on one, but you still opt out to play Silva on the right and
Yep.
Foden on the left that cannot beat up a defender on a foot race. So immediately he made that change and remove Gudogan and put Silva Savinho there. the game
Mm.
changed.
Yeah.
The game drastically now looked like a different team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have a coaching problem in the sense that he has decided to be loyal to certain players regardless of form, regardless of how well they play. He's
Mm.
just loyal. Now, but we've gotten a couple of players in. Now the issue he's going to have is Mamush played in the last game. He looks good and he
Mm-hmm.
makes runs beyond the defender. If he starts Mamush, starts Savinho, it's a big different changer because you are now having speed and mobility, which is something we'll be missing. If you start the same team that we started against PSG or against Club Brugge, the same
Bruges.
team we played in the first half, we're going to be hammered. If he tweaks it with Savio and Mamouche in the lineup, we have a very good chance. So right now, a lot depends on the coach. I think he's overthinking things. He's not play. He's not thinking smart. If we
Mm.
can see it across the pond, there's no reason why somebody making 23 million pounds a year should not be saying it. There's just some blind loyalty that I'm saying that I don't like.
Donadoni,
Mhm.
if you so, do you think it is a case of uh, loyalty to players or loyalty to his style? Reason I ask
Loyalty
is
to
because
players.
you think so. Because if you look back, really, not just in this recent days, if you look back throughout his reign in City or even his previous teams, he never really plays with proper wingers with wing play. He usually has the wingers just to stretch the field, but
Mm.
he is always this side to side thing and then trying to penetrate through the middle and the end. He never plays proper wing play. I mean, look at he
So
brought Grealish. We thought he would play him that way. He doesn't. You saw in the last game with Marmoush. I don't know how many times I saw Marmoush making runs behind, and
and they never pass the ball.
yeah,
Ball never came. Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like maybe some of it is just the style,
So
not just how he plays.
so if you rewind back
Yeah,
when we had Mares, hmm,
yeah.
Right.
what we normally do is we play Mares on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Mares will go
Mm-hmm.
stand at the tail end of the right,
Yep.
and we
Mm-hmm.
play Sterling on the left, which
Stretch.
will stand
Yep.
still.
Stretch. Mm-hmm.
We now had a Rodri that can do the floating ball all the way to the right or all the way to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Right.
times the ball was always going to Mares because Mares has a very good ball control.
Yep.
The
Yep.
moment Mares gets the ball, because Mares is a killer dribbler. He controls the ball on the first touch.
Mm-hmm.
And when he
Mm-hmm.
does that, Mares does not have speed, but is a great dribbler. He's not dribbling. His intention is not to go down and cross the ball. His intention is to toy around with you, and you start backpedaling until when you're in the box, Mares now
Find
move,
space.
Yep.
finds the space and goes left or right. Because at that point, speed does not matter when you're in the penalty box. If you make a mistake, it's a penalty.
Yep.
So we did that the first, second season, and it was working perfectly. Until in the last two seasons, Mares has gone, Sterling has gone. It has now become a short pass, short pass, short pass, short pass. And the passes are not going that quick.
Yep.
Nobody's making runs beyond the defense. And the defense is not playing high line. The defense is just sitting back, focused, and ready to clear the ball.
I
So
think
to
if I
me,
think back to those times too,
yeah,
Aguero was the striker, right? And Aguero was very mobile.
He was a false
yes.
nine, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adriano comes, links up the play, but
Mm-hmm.
he's making runs. He's making runs to the left, to the right, linking up play. The same thing with
Comes short.
Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this right now, Alan is not doing the same. He's a different kind of player.
Different
He's
kind of
not
player.
doing
Completely.
that.
Yeah.
We are not crossing enough balls for him to attack, and the switch of play is too slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And switching of play from
Which
left to
goes back
right
to the
is,
midfield problem.
yeah, because most times he plays, he moves Silva there or play Gudongo there. And Silva likes short passes.
To
Yeah,
hold on to the
Silva
ball.
does not go
Yeah,
long. He never goes long. It's
yeah,
short passes. That
yep,
is
yeah.
why I'm
None of
saying
them
that.
play those long balls. Kovacic, Gondowan, Silva. They all prefer to run with the ball and
yeah,
find short
So,
passes.
yeah.
yeah.
It's always short
So
passes and movement.
if we decide to do that, you need movement on the left or movement on the right. The movement on the left on the right was Silva. Silva cannot beat you with speed. You do it's always toying around waiting for somebody else to make the run or come to the bed or the penalty box. And the defenders are smarter now. Just rush him up. He's not going to go to the right. It's, so
Yeah,
we're becoming very obvious what we're
Yeah,
going to do because nobody's making the runs. KDB is not making that much of impact again. To
yeah.
me, if we have a chance in this game, we have to play Savio and we have to play Mamouche. It doesn't matter.
interesting.
KDB, Gudogon, Silva, but I'll put them on the bench. I'll sacrifice them for this.
Yeah, if Gundogan starts, I definitely see Arsenal holding and retaining possession in the middle. I think regardless, there are very few teams at the moment I think that can stand up to Arsenal when it comes to dueling over possession. Even the last few times we've played Man City, like you said, Yoni, we've come out of that little brother shell, and Arsenal has, for the most part, controlled those games.
Yep.
And I expect that to continue, especially in the absence of Rodri.
Yes.
So, like Donadoni is saying, the opportunities for City then might come with if they try to play, I don't know, long passes over to Savinio, try to catch Arsenal on the counter, which it doesn't sound like you have the midfielders to play those kinds of balls, right?
So
Yeah, that is why
yeah,
Stones might be able to do it.
yeah, and he's
If
back.
you, yeah.
Yeah,
So to me, I'll take out that Gudongo guy and put Stones there because Stones can switch the play. He might not be doing it regularly, but he can.
he's
If you,
capable.
he's capable of doing that.
It's the one who sucker punched us last time too.
Uh-huh. But I'll
Mhm.
be surprised though if so. Usually, if you look at the lineup that he used in the last PL game, he had Marmoush on the left wing and he had Foden on the right wing, and the midfield three was Silva, Gundogan,
Kovacic.
and Kovacic.
Kovacic.
And he brought De Bruyne for the Champions League. At least he started with him, right?
Yeah,
So this midfield, well, to me, he probably
it's not good
will
enough.
still have at least Kovacic and Silva, and it's that third midfielder, whether that will be Gundogan or De Bruyne, um, is I think where the difference is. As far as the wing are concerned, I don't think he drops Foden for uh, Savinho. I don't know. I know you want Savinho there, but the way Foden is playing right now, he's sort of back on form. I think he starts with him, and Marmoush has to start on the left, obviously.
If
We'll see.
Foden is going to play, he has to be in the middle. If you play
Yeah,
Foden on the right, Foden is not effective on the right or on the left.
but
He
he hardly starts him in the
He
middle.
never stays there. I think he drifts. He tends
He
to
drifts
drift
from
during
the yeah.
games,
yeah,
right? Trying to
He's not a
find
winger.
space. Yeah, he's not a winger.
He's not a
he's not a
winger.
winger and he doesn't have the speed to beat you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So he can play those link up stuff, but that's in the middle.
yeah. He's not a 1v1. I'll take you on down the line kind of player. He's not. He never
Hmm.
does that. That's not his style. That's not his skill set. But I don't know. He seems to like him on the wing because he usually
Um,
starts with either De Bruyne or Gundogan in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, even with
I
this lineup, I think these two kind of switch, right? So Bernardo Silva is actually the one who comes out to the
I won't
right,
lie
and
to you.
Foden kind of
That guy
drops
is
down into the middle.
Yeah,
in love with Silva. He will play Silva.
Silva will
Go,
play. It doesn't matter
don't
where.
Yeah,
don't let anybody defeat.
Silva seems undroppable.
So,
Left back,
so,
It's
so
center
not. It's
back.
not that he's
you see him
undroppable.
as a left back.
There's a blind low. There's a blind loyalty for him. I don't know
Yeah.
what those two are doing. He will play that guy.
And he was good. I feel like he has dropped
He
off.
he,
And he's
he
dropped off.
Yeah.
was good. He's no longer good.
Yeah,
I feel like he's just maybe lost his passion. There was that talk about him wanting to
maybe.
go to Barcelona in the summer and it didn't quite happen. And
Yeah,
maybe he lost something just when that didn't work out.
Hey man, father time too. That catches up to
Yeah.
everybody. There's a time where you just drop off.
Things don't click anymore. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
not the
I
same.
think the Guardiola distraction has allowed this. I think he should have been allowed to go.
You think so?
Yeah, allowed
Oh,
to go
yeah.
or allowed to
Donadoni
come
said
from
that.
the bench. There's no motivation to
Oh,
Are
play
you talking
when
about
you.
Silva? I thought you were saying Guardiola.
he did take a
Yeah,
couple
that.
episodes ago. He was calling for Pep to be fired
Yeah,
Oh yeah?
before the whole story about his divorce came out. Yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
I
he
I
said
missed
Pep. He
that.
said Pep is the problem.
Is it not obvious? Is the problem now?
Well, he's the solution and the problem, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Because
My
Yeah.
my take then is there you should not get to a stage where you just leave a coach hanging when you know it's the problem. Now my argument there was if this was Real Madrid, will Pep still have a job?
um
Most
If you're
likely no.
Ancelotti,
Has won a lot and is leaving at the end of the season.
on his
So
which is
own.
interesting. I mean, we're anyway. Let me not get into that. I seem to hear Ancelotti say that they want to continue together after that news came out. So I got a bit confused. I'm like, is he leaving? Is he not leaving? But
I think he's
anyway,
leaving.
Yeah.
So I think our loyalty should be to the club, not to the coach. He's done well, fine, but it was obvious it was a problem then. Maybe the management knew it was a family issue because we have this problem honestly because the coach has made some very arrogantic decisions. Arrogance has placed us in a position of mercy right now. He
Can I
let
ask you, do you think he's done? Like in terms of what he can do with the club, do you think he's run out of time? He's not going to be successful with that vision?
Remember, he has one advantage going for him. He's in City. City can afford to buy a new set of players.
Oh
So
man.
we can afford to buy. I still see us buying like three, four more players at the end of the
in the
season,
summer.
exactly in the summer. So maybe
Interesting.
that is seven new players.
This
So
Wow.
is
that is
so
one advantage he
this
has.
is surprising coming
Yes.
from a City fan, basically saying Pep is succeeding or going to succeed because of the investment as opposed to his skill
Yeah,
set as a manager.
because look at it. We had Palmer, who is supposed to have taken over from KDB. We let him go. We
Yeah,
had Alvarez. We let him go. We had Sancho. We let him go. So those are the players that are supposed to be filling up the shoes of these aged players. We let them go. We even had the Ipswich
yeah.
striker, the lap.
Delap, Delap,
We
yeah.
let him go. He's a city player. We let him go. So
David Luiz.
yeah. So when you let all these players go, now it's not very obvious that those that are in the team are old, they are old legged, they are not moving as we're now being forced to go buy players that are not even as good as the players we let go.
Yeah, before. Let's switch tacks to Arsenal a
Sure.
little bit. So everybody's aware Arsenal is looking for an attacker. It's no news. every
Mhm.
Yeah.
every club is probably waiting for Arsenal to come, try to get one of their players. How do you think it doesn't? I mean, from what we're seeing, it doesn't look like we're signing anyone new before Sunday, right? So, Yoni, tell me, what are you expecting from Arsenal attacking wise? It looks like maybe Nwaneri starts on the wings with Martinelli or something. It doesn't look like we'll get a striker. There was that bid for Watkins that didn't pan out. I hear, we're looking to maybe try and get Jonathan David now. I don't know.
Uh,
Who is Jonathan David from where?
The Canadian at Leo.
at Lille. He's
Okay.
good, but man, I and I'm sure you agree with me here, I that
Yeah,
the player that we bring should be a clear upgrade on what we have. He should be able to take us to that next step.
100%.
Otherwise, just just adding a body is not. What's the point if
Yeah.
that person is just on the bench?
And I've had that same conversation with Charles because Charles says, "Oh, he feels we should go get Cunha," and I'm like, "Look, is Cunha the difference between Arsenal winning the title and not?
No.
If the answer is not yes, then why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
So
And that's what we need.
it's sometimes fandom or emotions take over, and then people are like, we just want to see a signing, but it has to be the right signing because and that has an impact on what the club can do in the summer as well, the investment that they make now. So this is not something that can just be made and without any consideration just to add a number. It has to be the right person. To me, Watkins, I've said it before even these rumors. I think Watkins is like the perfect Arteta type striker. Technical, can play with the ball,
Isaac
presses.
maybe,
Is
but
Are you
Isaac is
are
another
you
level.
are you
Isaac
are you
Isaac would be Isaac would be on a different level, yeah. But
are
I'm
you
saying
sure Watkins is better than Jesus? I don't think so.
And
he is
but the style that we want to play, I think
he
he'd be
he.
a better
I'm not
fit.
saying he's a better dribbler, for example, or Jesus has his advantage where he creates chaos,
Yeah.
and nobody does that more than him. Which so he's very unpredictable. I like that about Jesus and works his butt off. Having said that, now let's keep in mind that Jesus is not even a factor here because he's out for at
He's
least a
out
year and a
the
half.
rest of the season. Yeah.
Oh, he's out for a year and a half.
He has to be.
Not
He's
a year and a
ACL.
half, but I
It's
mean, he's
ACL.
torn his ACL, so he's out till at least
I
November.
mean, it's going to be a while. And his
Yeah.
his messed up one of his knees, the other knee before, so
Before, yeah,
he's compromised. So he's not a factor really in this conversation. So to me, Watkins does all the things that you see Arteta demanding from his players, front players. He presses from the front. Uh,
relentlessly.
he is good at
He
receiving the
can
ball
hold
in
up the
set
ball
pieces.
now.
He
Yeah,
can hold up the ball. And one thing that he does that no one in our team except Martinelli does
Wrong.
is he runs
stretch the
behind.
defense.
He runs behind
Yes.
defense. His movement
Yep.
is elite. I love that about Watkins. So he would definitely improve the team, and he could potentially push us to to the title. Now,
He scored 20 goals in the last 2 seasons.
But
yeah, yeah,
but he's the only
he's proven.
striker they have now. They're not going to let him
That's the
go.
thing. So
That's the issue.
it
It's not
might
even the
be
money.
it might be about money at the end of the day.
Mm,
If we can stump
mm,
up, I don't know whatever numbers they're asking
But
them. Who knows what the
but
negotiation? But
look at this
I think
objectively.
it's unlikely based on the
Look
amounts
look
they've now
look
gotten for Duran. There's no real
look
incentive for them to try and raise money, so to
look
speak,
look
anymore, right?
look look at this objectively.
it's unlikely, yes.
You are Emery. You're in the Champions League second round or quarterfinal,
Yeah.
whatever you call it. Your backup striker is gone, and you now want to sell your main striker. Then who
Yes,
is going
now.
to strike?
So let me play the I don't know if you can call it the devil's
Devil's
advocate, right?
advocate.
Um so Emery at Villa doesn't make those decisions. He says, "Okay, these are players I want," but then the decisions are made above him. Having said that, so when you look at it from that perspective, it's not just about the sporting aspect of it, but the business side of it.
Mhm,
This is a striker who is 29 years old. Whatever
mhm.
money Arsenal offers right now, they're not going to get that next year. They're not going to get that in the summer.
Yeah,
He's only going to decline in his value, right? Because just purely because of his age, he's only
yeah.
going to get lower. So then this is the most they can get out of him for the remainder of his time at Villa. And there are still other players that are young, like the likes of Tell or Ferguson, what have you, that might be available for Villa if they can pull it off. Now, is it likely? No, I don't think so. And to answer your question, your original question, Ayo, I expect,
Mm.
not let me not say I expect. I would like to see Waneri start on the right wing and Trossard on the left, Havertz up front, and I think the rest of the team picks this up. That's what I would like to see, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one concern I have going into the game about the lineup is Raya has an issue. We don't know what it is. I,
Yeah,
I, I haven't heard. All Arteta said was that he has an issue. So
might be
I don't know
migraine.
if It's possible. I took it that he rested him for that
Yeah,
game until I heard that, oh, he had an
yeah,
issue. And I'm like, what? So
yeah. I heard that too.
hopefully it's something they just said, let's not take the risk for, and he should be back by Sunday. So fingers
Hopefully,
crossed.
hopefully,
Hopefully
because
Raya
that
is
would
fine.
be a big blow if he can't start.
Yes. Yeah. I wasn't very confident in what I saw from Neto. Granted, it's his first game this season, but still.
It's also different levels. I mean, and what he can do with the ball, the confidence he gives to the defense, it's just
Yeah, different levels.
different levels. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let me get you guys' predictions for this game, and then we'll go
Yeah.
into the rest of the games for the weekend. So,
Okay.
Yoni, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'm feeling bullish and going into this game. So I'll
One.
predict we're going to win, and I'll go 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. 2-0. No goals. Clean sheet
clean sheet. Yeah.
against Man City. Donadoni?
It's difficult to predict with Guardiola.
You actually predicted correctly last week though, because you said you expect City to win. You said at the worst it'd be a 2-2 draw, but you said you expected a 2-1 win, right? Against Chelsea.
Yeah, because I thought he
EPL.
has changed. He is going back to. It's difficult to predict. Uh, I can't make it. I can't put out my neck for Guardiola right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
end. You can end up seeing the game and you see Silva, KDB, Gudogo all starting. When you see that, what do you expect? Magic? Let me see consistency from the coach before I put out my neck, put out scores for him. For now, I want to be on the fence. We'll be lucky to get a draw.
Interesting. Okay. So Donadon is less bullish this weekend. Based on you getting it right last weekend, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
All
How
right.
close are you?
I'm feeling bullish as well, just
Okay.
because City aren't doing so well. And I think even as much as we're struggling to score, the City defense has leaks.
Yeah.
I think we're good enough to get goals in this game and win. Will we maybe not concede? I don't know. Mamouche looked very threatening up there. Again,
He
it
looks
depends
tired.
on if Savino starts. Savino, I still remember what he did in the first game, right? Beautiful through ball to Haaland for the opener in that
Yeah.
first game. So
Yeah.
let's see if Savino starts. Let's see if Mamouche starts. Like Donadoni said, it depends on what
What
Guardiola.
they let themselves. Yeah.
Hopefully he overthinks, because that's what tends to be his undoing. So
Yeah.
let's see if he does another Bernardo Silva at left back type lineup.
with
See.
Vardiol on the bench.
Amen to that. But yeah, I'm feeling bullish as well. I think I'm very confident when watching Arsenal games these days, because we tend to dominate possession for the most part. Teams hardly get a shot on goal. Like if you look at all stats, teams will get lots of shots off maybe, but they'll have max 3 shots on target.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what it comes down to. So it's a question of, can we then capitalize quickly and keep up that pressure through the rest of the game? So
agreed. Conversely, City allows a lot of chances these days.
Also that.
And so we have to take advantage of those. City, this defense, it's not, by the way, and this is where I would agree with Donadoni in particular. It's not just the lack of players or what have you, but the structures also these days. I see their fullbacks all the way high up, as if they have a solid midfield,
defense and defensive midfielder,
defensive midfielder to protect the center backs. They don't, and so a couple of balls behind those fullbacks, and there's no midfield that's going to stop a good team. So that you just attack the defenders directly. So yeah, if he plays in that same form that he's been deploying lately, yeah, we could have fun.
All right, let's look at the rest of the games for the weekend. First game up on Saturday morning is Forest against Brighton. I'll give that one to you, Yoni. Just going down the screen. Thoughts?
Brighton, Nottingham Forest. I'll say 2-1, Nottingham Forest.
Okay. Okay. Do you expect Forest to stay in the top 4, Yoni?
No,
No.
but I expect them to finish top 6, though.
Okay. Okay.
I think they're strong enough to finish top 6, but not top 4.
Interesting. Let's hear how long they keep it up for. They're still there right now.
Yeah.
Donadoni, Bournemouth, Liverpool.
1-1.
Thank you.
Okay. I mean, Bournemouth is on fire at the moment. I wouldn't want to play Bournemouth right now. I would not want to play Bournemouth right now.
They look so good right now.
Yeah. Ouattara, Semenyo, Clivert, all of them, they're all on form.
Dude, what was that header from Ouattara? That looked like Cristiano, the way he hang up in the air. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Good team.
I'll take Everton, Leicester. These are two struggling teams.
Yeah.
maybe I'll just go with a 2-2 draw. Just because Leicester won their last game. I don't think Moyes has quite found his thing back yet. They're both still trying to find their way. I'll just go with a draw for this game. Yoni, on to you.
Ipswich 3-1 with the way Delap likes to press, and the way Southampton just likes to cough up the ball from defense when every time they're pressed. Yeah, Ipswich will win this.
They will probably give him a pass into an empty.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh dear. All right. Donadoni, Newcastle, Fulham. That will be another good game.
I think this should be like a 2-1.
That should be a good game.
Yeah,
Newcastle. Couple good games at 9:00. All right, and
so the games are starting an hour earlier.
Yeah.
Well, this is a central time for me, so that's why you're seeing this time. So yeah, this is central time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's early morning for me here. I just wake up and for that first game, I usually just wake up and turn it on my phone in bed. Wolves, Aston Villa, 11:30. I'll take this one. I expect Villa to win this game. I expect they'll still have Watkins in that game. Morgan Rogers, that team looks good. Wolves are struggling a little bit. Yeah, I expect a Villa win.
Okay.
Over to you, Yoni. Good luck.
Oh man, I can't even enjoy how Spurs are struggling lately. I'm too used to it now. They're just a useless team.
I think they will get fired this weekend.
I'm surprised he's still around.
They have 1 point since the beginning of December. 1 point.
Yeah, I mean it's
relegation form. The only team that has been worse is apparently Southampton since the start of December in 2 months.
I mean, they keep losing every game, and I know they have injuries, but that's still no excuse for the kind of form they're in. And this is away to Brentford. Brentford at home are very, very strong. I will say 3-1 Brentford.
Yeah, I'm wants to agree with you because Brentford don't lose at home.
No,
at the very worst, it'd be a draw. They don't lose at home.
I think they will get fired this weekend.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean, we'll see. But yeah,
it seems like they're keeping him on for his cup form. Like he said, he wins a cup in his second season, and they're doing okay in the Europa League. They're ahead in the Carabao. Second leg is coming up. Let's see if they stand for you'll win us a trophy, but we'll get relegated.
Yeah, but you never know with Spurs, man. You remember when they got rid of Mourinho right before the final?
That was shocking. I remember that. That was
Mourinho of all people. The guy wins trophies. Shocking. Yeah, who knows? They might they might keep him until the next game. If he makes the final, they get rid of him. Just to make sure they stay trophyless. That would be very Spursy.
Donadoni, Man United, Crystal Palace.
I think I see a draw, like a 2-2 draw.
Okay. Let me spend some time and get you guys' thoughts on Man U. Are they finding their feet? They seem to have won. They've won their past couple of games.
No,
You
they've
know,
been
they played
lucky.
Fulham. They won today in the Europa League.
Nah, for
I'm
me,
not.
Manu is a case for next season and
Okay.
onwards. I don't think Amorim is going to try to patch up things, I think, for the rest of the season, but you're going to see a lot of up and down. They will have a couple of games, and then they will have another few games they would lose as well. I'm not expecting them to hit any consistent form. They just don't look like they have the capacity with the players they have.
Right.
They will invest,
Right.
get the players he needs, and then maybe next season.
Okay. All right, and I'll take Chelsea West Ham. Yeah, I'd expect a Chelsea win. Chelsea's at home. West
Yeah,
Ham have been struggling off and on. Although
Chelsea has been
the
struggling.
interesting, well, yeah, I was gonna say Chelsea has been struggling, and Potter
Yes.
will have a point to prove. It might be a tricky game for Chelsea.
Oh yeah.
Potter will have the issue with West Ham though is they don't have a striker, so they're struggling to score. And I also read that Potter generally struggles with scoring. So he
Mm.
builds very solid teams, but his teams generally don't score a lot. So that's the challenge they're having, and they don't even have a striker, right? I think Fulkrug has been dealing with a lot of injuries
Yeah.
this season. They
Yeah.
were playing Bowen up front, but I think Bowen is also now injured, so they have
Yeah.
a challenge up front.
Yeah.
It
That's why
might it might just end in a draw.
they were trying to get
Struggle
Duran,
against
right?
struggle. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
struggle
Yeah.
against struggle.
I would love to see them embarrass Chelsea at home though, if they can, but it would be hard.
That wouldn't be bad.
No, it won't be.
Cool. All right. Looking forward to another exciting weekend. Always
Yeah.
lovely having you guys on. Yoni, welcome back. Hopefully, we get to see more of you through the rest of the season.
Absolutely,
And
man. Thanks for having me.
yep, good one, guys. Cheers.
All right,
All right,
guys.
thank you.
Bye.